Each project you made $300,000 on. Total about $600,000 between these two projects at the beginning of the year.
Exactly.
Dude. Yeah. Today we have special guest Alfred Paclib. He's been investing for just 4 years here in Hawaii, but has been done a lot in that short period of time. Over 30 fix and flips and ground up constructions, and he currently has 15 active projects while having a wife and 5 kids. Welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for having me.
Just super stoked. I think knowing you, like in the short period of time of knowing you, you're one of the most genuine guys. You know, I know you got a lot of muscles, you got a lot of tattoos, and like just at a glance, you might seem scary, but just from you're so soft spoken and you have such a genuine heart. I really like love the fact that you invest with just like such integrity, and you're such a good guy. You know.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Appreciate it.
But I mean, so like looking back to your story, like I know you're doing a lot of investing right now in real estate. What were you doing before real estate, and how did you kind of get into real estate investing?
Before real estate, I was, of course, W-2 worker.
Okay.
I worked in a union for a handful of years.
Okay.
Construction.
Yeah.
Kind of typical to what everybody wants to do right after high school. So I was doing that, and then I always had this entrepreneur thing. I started 2 barbershops.
How did that go, by the way, the 2 barbershops?
The barbershops, we ended up selling it in 2018.
So you made a profit in both those guys then?
Yes. So we made a profit, a small profit, not too big of a profit. I was going through some trials at the time. Decided to, the best bet was to exit on the barbershop. So we exit the barbershops. And then I had a small construction company. We did small residential projects and all of that too. So we exit that also. And kind of just went, I decided to go into real estate investing.
How did you hear about it? Was like you read a book? Was you see a podcast? Or
Strange thing is, so another investor who was previously on the show here, a good friend of mine, went to school together.
Okay.
I ran into him one day, randomly, back in 2018 when I was about to pivot into a different career. Ran into him. Was talking story. He said he was on his first flip. He did this course about real estate investing, fixing, flipping homes. And then, we was talking story jokingly about a show on TV we saw. It used to be kind of popular.
Which one was that?
I think it was the one with the 2 brothers. I forget the name of it right
Capri
now.
Brothers.
I think it was Capri Brothers, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I think I can do that.
Yeah.
He kind of gave me the information. We shared info. The next class was coming up. I found out it was 30 days long. I was kind of dreading that, but I was like, okay. Decided to take the course.
Okay.
Took the course, learned a lot in the course, gained a lot of knowledge. The course was, I wouldn't say it was cheap. I wouldn't say it was expensive either, but it was reasonable. Took the course.
Okay.
And then from there, kind of just jumped right into the field.
Right on. So, you basically kind of started with like a little bit of construction knowledge.
Yes.
Then you took a real estate investing course on how to flip houses here in Hawaii.
Correct.
And then from there, it was kind of like off to the races.
Pretty much off to the races after that, yeah.
What does your first project look like?
So my first project, we got out of the course, decided to start looking for deals, driving for dollars.
The worst thing is finding a deal, right?
Finding a deal. Okay. So, I started door knocking.
Okay.
I started calling family and friends. Just trying to find a deal, searching the MLS, the traditional ways of trying to find deals. I kind of got blessed. My father, at the time, my stepdad, actually, he has a lot of long-term rental properties on the Big Island.
Okay.
So he reached out, about 2 weeks after my course, said, "Hey, I heard you're doing real estate. I want to help you out. Did you find a deal yet?" I said, "No." He goes, "I want to sell one of my rental properties because I can't deal with the tenant."
Okay.
So I was, lucky at the time and grateful enough. I said, "Yeah, perfect. I'll, let me take a look at the numbers. I'll try to see what I can do, and I'll see if I can get the money."
Yeah.
So that's how my first deal went. Just to break it down real quick, picked it up. I got a partner to come on and help me out.
Okay. Was this for the money or for the construction side?
For the purchase and the remodel.
Okay.
So for both. Came on, purchased the property at a good price. Put about $30,000 rehab into it. Slight remodel. I would call it like a slight remodel.
Were you doing some of the work or did you hire it all out?
I hired it all out.
Okay.
Yeah, I hired it all out. Yeah. Fixed it up about $35,000. Sold it right when COVID was really bad. COVID just when hit was real bad.
So were prices down or were prices up at that time?
It was going up.
Okay. So just started to go up.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we actually made a good profit on it.
What did you guys end up making?
I think we made about 85,000 on
that's
it.
awesome. So your first deal, you made $85,000.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as someone who's just going from like as like a W-2 or something, like before, like I got into real estate, 85,000. That's like my whole year's salary, and so to do that in one deal is, to me, like it just kind of shows you the power of real estate investing, right?
It kind of right there, the power, like you said, the power of real estate. Sold, had me sold. So in my mind, I was like, we're gonna just keep doing this from now on.
It's a cool story too, because your was it your father-in-law or
my stepdad.
Your stepdad. Okay. Yes. So he kind of wanted, like, he has like a problem. Like he has a rental with tenants that he doesn't want to deal with. Right. So he's like, I don't want the hassle dealing with these tenants. I'm willing to sell this at a small discount, because while you solving his tenant problem, then like you get like some equity in return. Right. So it's kind of like a win-win for both of you guys. Right. And
win-win. Exactly. Yeah.
He gets to kind of see you launch your real estate career. And then like now you've also been pretty successful, but I'll start off with like that first deal. Right?
Just that first deal. Yeah. Yeah. So super grateful for him.
So, I mean, once you did that first deal, what was kind of like the process to kind of like scale up to what you guys are doing now? Now you guys are doing ground up construction on the Big Island. You guys got a bunch of stuff going on. It seems like, how do you scale from doing that first deal to now 15 active projects,
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a firm believer in partnership scaling. Just finding the right partners, who can bring the right value. I would say is a great asset to real estate. Partnering up, it just helps balance, the good, the bad, and kind of the whole model of real estate, getting involved. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it was partnership scaling. I ended up, having a partner here, a partner there on different projects, multiple projects to date. And I still have partners to date on projects.
How do you choose, like, what are you looking for in a partner, and how do you vet or choose them?
Just experience too. I have a lot of, experienced partners who's been doing it also, maybe the same amount of time as me, some a little bit longer than me.
Okay.
And some new partners also, but just value too, the different values everybody brings to the table.
What kind of value do you think you bring to the table as far as the partnership goes?
I mean, easy to work with. I would say just, my value, maybe finding some funds,
some kind of construction background.
I can kind of oversee certain things. There's been times where I kind of looked at something. I'm like, hey man, I don't think this is right.
Project management.
Definitely project management, and kind of just my construction background. I would say bringing to the table that I've been in the field, been in that trade for maybe over 10 years plus. Okay. So yeah, definitely a value.
Was there any, I guess, projects you guys done over the years that maybe were like big wins for you in the short time that you've been doing real estate? I feel like there's always ups and downs, right? So were there any like big highlights or wins that you've had recently?
I definitely would like to highlight the beginning of this year, 2023. We purchased off market.
Okay.
2 Pro City properties.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Out in Pro City, one of them was from a friend, and another one was from an old football coach who I knew. Okay. Who, like, again, solving problems. They had a problem. They wanted to get rid of the house. We came in, negotiated a deal, and we kind of secured the purchase on it. So,
what would the numbers look like on those 2 guys?
The numbers on both of them is pretty similar. I would say we bought each of them at $800,000.
Okay.
Yeah. One of them we put $90,000 and then about $95,000 into the next one. Okay. And they're probably about a block and a half away, maybe 2 blocks away.
Okay. So you bought it for $800,000, put about $100,000 into renovation. Exactly. Some carrying costs and the things. Exactly. Right? You guys use hard money for this?
We use actually I used all private money.
Oh wow, that's insane.
Yeah, so you
basically raised $2 million for these 2 projects.
$2 million. Yes,
that's solid. Okay.
And definitely. So we raised $2 million.
Okay.
So we purchased at $800,000, put almost about $100,000 into each one. Each one sold at 1.2 half.
Wow. So you made about
1.2 and 1.2 half. So,
okay. So you guys made about
300, close to maybe 300,000 each one.
Each one. Wow. Yeah. Congrats. That's so each project you made $300,000 on, total about $600,000 between these 2 projects at the beginning of the year.
Exactly.
Dude. Yeah. Congrats, man. I love good stories like this where it just shows you just the power of how fast like your life can turn around from like 1 or 2 deals in real estate,
Yeah, definitely. And then, just solving the problems, helping solve those issues that the sellers the sellers had run upon, just getting rid of the house. They wanted to sell the house, and we're glad we came in and kind of helped them out.
Were there any challenges during those projects?
You know what? I think, if I'm not mistaken, one challenge. Maybe I think an inspector came complaining about a window, kind of shut us down for like 2 weeks. We had to go back, into the phone, show old videos of the outside exterior of the property where the window was. Went back. My realtor actually helped me out. She went back into the system, found the old original blueprint.
Oh wow! Okay.
Written with, of course they drew it with a ruler and a paper, pencil.
Okay.
Back in the 60s or whatever.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, and it showed exactly where the window was. So we kind of solved that problem. But I would say that's about it. Everything went pretty smooth. The general contractor I use is a good friend who I know does good work. He kind of went in there, did his thing on boat houses, boat projects. Super nice job came out.
That's important too. I mean, having the right contractor can be can kill your deal or really make it, right? Like number one, the quality of work, but also timelines, communication, and like those kind of things, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it's just the timeline, like you said, communication was, bare minimum communication, but he knows what I expect. I know what he expects. Yeah, we're all on the same page, and it's just kind of like an A-team vibe where everybody just went in. I did what I had to do. He had to do what he had to do. Our realtor came in. She did what she had to do, and was just a good deal overall. So.
Don't you wish all of them were like that?
I wish all of them was like that. Yeah, definitely. And not all of them will be like that for sure.
I mean, I feel like when you first start, you want to make sure that you at least come out positive, right? Because a lot of times when guys just get started in the real estate industry, if you take a big L in the very beginning, like that can be basically a career ending, right? Because it's hard to maintain. But it's good you start off with a W, and then you probably might have taken like some L's over the years, like here and there, as like that's just the nature of the business. But having those big wins is always like I kind of equate it to like playing golf, where like when you hit some bad shots, you get into a funk and you feel so discouraged, then you hit like one really good shot, you feel super good after, right? Right. Kind of like in real estate when you like may have some troubles or some challenges, but then you hit that one home run, you're like, it's just like, it kind of makes like the whole journey all worth it. Oh yeah,
100%. I mean, yeah, definitely home runs, base hits, home runs, strikeouts. It kind of interplays with real estate for sure.
Did you guys ever have like any challenges or any big losses over the years on your real estate journey?
Yes, definitely. I would say there's been a few projects. Say back in about 2022.
Okay.
Towards the end of 2022, our projects out in the Big Island, we lost some money due to subs. The subs didn't show up. They ran away with our money.
Can you explain what is a sub?
A sub is a subcontractor. Okay. So, we went ahead and we hired a carpenter. Okay. A company who had carpenters.
So typically you have like a general contractor who's kind of like overseeing the whole project. And he has kind of like workers underneath him. They call them subs, right? So you have a electrician, you got framers,
plumbers,
tilers, all those kind of things.
Flooring guys, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. So yeah, we ended up managing the project ourselves. Me and a partner. We ended up hiring this guy who did work for us before, which did pretty good, and it worked out.
So he already had track record with you.
We already had a track record with him also. So we kind of built a relationship from a previous project, and he came on. We gave him a shot on this one, and I guess I don't know what the situation was at the time.
What was he doing for you guys?
He was actually in charge of buying the material, the siding, the framing, the windows. Pretty much all of the framing, framework and all that.
Okay.
So we gave him a lump sum of money. He did some stuff here, some stuff there, ran away with the bulk. No communication, no callback, no message, don't pick up the phone.
So you guys gave him some money to do the project, and then I guess he started it, and then he just ghosted you guys after that.
Yeah, pretty much just ghosted us. We made a few attempts, to call, and after that is, here we go, solving problems, right? In real estate. Nothing went our way that time. Decided to pivot. We had to bring in, of course, more money. A new guy who was actually skilled also. So he came in and helped us out though. And we ended up getting the job done anyway. So
how much did you guys end up losing from the sub?
I would say maybe $20,000 to $30,000.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so what's going through your mind when like something like that happens?
Oh, I mean, when somebody steals, it's I'm grateful that I've been working on my mindset over the past couple of years for sure. But it was, a lot of emotions running through, and, when people steal from you, but it's a business that we're in, and it's a career that I chose to pursue, which I knew was going to come with ups and downs, high and lows. So we kind of just took it on the chin and moved forward. We don't really like to dwell on it too much. So we just did what we had to do, solve the problem, get it fixed, and move forward. Yeah.
I mean, I love that attitude. I think a lot of times, I think for myself, I tend to like dwell when somebody kind of like hurts me or does something. And I think it's very unhealthy at times, but I mean, it's hard to just like get over 20 or 30,000. You know, like it's no small sum of money for some people.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and it hurt the project, you know, because now we went considered over budget. Yeah. We got to bring more money in. Yeah. And we got to kind of balance that out on our end, you know, when we comes to the exit strategy. Yeah. So, yeah.
In retrospect, was there any way you think you could have avoided this, or a way to like not have the situation happen again?
You know, I think at the time there was no way to avoid it. At the time, we kind of had more trust in the individual. Of course, that didn't work out. And yeah, moving forward, definitely we still do some screening, you know, now. We hire contractors, you know, we check their resume a little bit better. Yeah. Not only subs, but subs and contractors, you know, we'll check the resume, we'll see what their previous work was like, you know, who they are, you know, we kind of see if they have a good relationship going on with, and good work ethics and whatnot. So yeah, we definitely kind of learned from it too.
Have you talked to the guy since? Or?
You know what? I have a few times.
What did the conversation go like?
Yeah, you know, and he actually sent back some funds.
So yeah, he's trying,
you know,
like
as local people, you know, we like to pay each other back, you know, regardless of the situation. Because you know, this is small where we live. So, but yeah, you know, he paid some money back. He's expected to pay more money back, but it's been, you know, a very long period of time.
Sometimes that's a challenge, I think, is when people get into like tough spots. Yeah. It's not like they're bad people. They're just in a bind, right? So like they need money for whatever other things maybe they're owe. And so like they take from Peter to PayPal, right? And so like it's unfortunate, and like they don't want to do that. It's just they're in a tough spot. And so like they guys have to make some like tough decisions. And then it's good that they've got like a person like yourself who has some grace and is able to kind of work with them after the fact to kind of help make things right after. But I mean, some other guys might be like more vengeful or like more like take things like in a wrong way too, right? So.
Right, of course, yeah, and I get it. You know, it's like you said, people run into some situations sometimes, so and I get it. So yeah,
right. I know. I mean, it's a great way that you guys handle that situation.
Yeah.
So I mean, one of the big things I think which is really phenomenal to me is that you are married and you have 5 kids. But then you're still like investing in real estate. How do you manage like all that things? And I know I see you guys going to like your daughter's cheerleading contest and like your son's like events. And just you're there you're a present dad and a present husband. Correct. But then you're still investing in real estate. How is that possible?
Yeah, it's challenging. I would say for sure we lose sleep, you know, and you know it's rough. But yeah, you know, being in that space as a dad, it's just, you know, prioritizing things a little bit better, you know, having things balanced out throughout the day, the schedule, you know, I had to create a schedule the last couple of years that actually helps fit my day-to-day routine.
What does your schedule look like every day?
Oh, I mean, I would say I get up early, super early.
Super early
as maybe 5 o'clock, 4:30.
Okay, that's early.
You know, I'll get a workout in the morning.
So you're still working, you're still getting a workout, you're still keeping your body healthy and everything.
Yeah. So we'll work out in the morning. You know, I'll get my kids up for school. My wife usually tends to the babies. Yeah, you know, I'll cook them breakfast, take them to school.
So you cook your kids breakfast every morning?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much every morning. Yeah, my wife though, she's great too. She cooks when she can. She'll cook. You know, and do all that stuff too. So, but yeah, you know, take them to school. Then I'll come home. Usually I'll try to do some real hard work. You know, emails, calls.
All the focus
on real estate investing. I try to squeeze in like 4 to 5 hours, you know, maybe I would say from like 9 to 12, 1 o'clock.
So, but this time is like very important because it's focused work, right? So you need to be you can't just be like dilly-dallying, like watching Netflix and sending out one email. Like you're jamming during this time, right?
Yeah. You know, and as an individual, I don't even watch TV. I would say like I barely watch TV at all. Like, but yeah, I'll go into the office. I'll deep dive into some work, you know, about 9 to maybe 1 o'clock. You know, I'll pick up the kids at 2. You know, we got some kids' activities in the afternoons on some days, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, yeah, you know, we're pretty busy after like 4 o'clock too because of the sports. And then we have all my kids have set schedules. So we put them all to sleep at a certain time. We feed them at a certain time. We bathe the babies at a certain time. So everything's really important towards the evening. Yeah, and then I'll just, you know, we'll do our thing. We'll relax as a family, you know, and then once they're all asleep, well, I'll go dive into a book or something, 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Me and my wife will talk story. We'll share some time. So, yeah, it's pretty much how our day goes.
I feel like you kind of just glanced over it, but the fact that you don't watch TV, I feel like that's a big kind of time suck.
That is.
That. I think like just most people, like time goes by so quickly, either TV or YouTube, whatever it is, like, you start on for 2 minutes and it turns into like 2 hours, right? And
yeah.
But the fact that you have like these kids that you're trying to spend time with and take care of and invest in a relationship at the same time, it kind of like limits like your external, like just like relax or like play time that you have available every day, right?
Exactly. 100%. And yeah, it's just I really don't see no value in watching TV. Like how everybody else watches TV, but I mean, it is what it is. So
but taking care of your kids and like building a future for your family is more important for you, at least at this point in time in your life, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we have TVs in our house, and honestly, with 5 kids, I'm sure
they're watching TV.
There's no time I can watch TV anyway, so it's fine with me. So
that's awesome.
It's great.
What would you say maybe to like somebody who has a family and they want to get started in real estate, but then they feel like they don't have the time? Well, like, how can they make time to get started or to learn and get in real estate?
Oh yeah, my advice. I mean, I guess you got to decide kind of what you want to do in real estate, and of course, everybody heard that term before, massive action.
Yeah. What does massive action mean to you?
I mean, massive action is just doing it. Either it's if you want to do it or not. Yeah. Get up, do it. I strongly believe in the word that I don't like is try. Okay. A mentor who I knew since 2010 actually kind of shifted my mindset back then is like, do not say you're going to try. And like, even when you're talking in your sentence, just kind of just get up and do what you got to do.
It. I mean, don't say try, just do it.
Yeah. So, and if you don't believe in yourself, just try it. I mean, not try, but do it. Yeah. So like, just take massive action. Definitely be around people who's already doing it. I would say that too.
How do you think that helps? Like just being around?
I think it helps because for me, it helped, when I started stepping out about 1.5 years ago into networking events, and I've been to maybe over 5 or 6 recently. Okay. And it just helps network. Networking plays a big role in real estate. Yeah. You meet people and individuals who's in the buy and hold space, fix and flip space, development space, commercial. So by just being around these people, you can kind of decide where you want to go with it. I think it's a big thing.
You can kind of like, you learn from the different strategies. Exactly. But one thing I think I noticed whenever you go to these networking events, you always pick up like a motivation or inspiration.
Exactly.
I feel like motivation. It's like they call it like coals in a fire, right? Like when you're inside the fire, get near the other hot coals, because there's other guys who are just super stoked to either they're doing ground up or fix and flipping or whatever it is they're doing, but they're just stoked about it. And sometimes like their stoked or energy, passion kind of like bleeds off into you, and you're like,
yeah, definitely. And of course, like I said, being into these events, you will run into a lot of motivational speakers and motivation in general. Yeah. Motivation is very contagious. Yeah. For somebody who wants to learn and eager to learn. And you got to be eager to learn though. That's the thing. You don't come to the event and be, I'm going to just go and take notes. No, you come there, you observe, you learn, and you be motivated, Yeah. And just feel the energy, I guess, in the events. So I would say step into the events. If you have kids and a W-2, definitely prioritize your schedule. I would say, and I don't know how that is, between certain individuals, but definitely try and prioritize your schedule. Google Calendar works a lot. So a lot of people, a lot of
time blocking,
time blocking. So, and just be around, get in a space, and be involved and ask questions.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Yeah. I'll share my Instagram later or my number or my email. I'm always free to answer questions too. And there's a lot of people in our space, right? Like you and other people who's been doing it a long time. So I would say just come out and decide what you want to do. Set goals. Definitely set goals. Write them down if you got to.
Do you have any big goals for 2024?
2024, I definitely want to buy and hold more properties in 2024. Okay. So it's a goal of mine.
Give us a number. How many buy and holds are you gonna get in 20?
Oh, I want to start off small. So probably maybe 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right, hold me to it. Yeah. And actually, I kind of have a strategy on a way I can get it.
Okay. So is it like secret or you want to share?
Oh, secret? Yeah. So I'll share a secret.
Oh, no, do you want the strategy?
Strategy. I'll share the strategy. Me, I'm kind of the guy who's like, okay, I'll look for the deal. Fine. by this fixing and flipping, it's cool. But when it comes to, I guess, finding a property I want to buy and hold, I might want to buy it from somebody who already has it turnkey.
Oh, it's like it's already fixed and flipped, you mean?
Right. So I don't have to go through that whole A to Z process. But that's just kind of a strategy I like to approach.
Are you thinking of buying and hold here in Hawaii or out of state?
To be honest, I think maybe out of state for the first couple. Unless a good opportunity here approaches, then I'll try
It's hard to buy and hold here in Hawaii just because the cash flow is usually negative. Yeah,
exactly. So. Yeah, and then I've been seeing a lot of that happen with other investors, fellow investors, and partners. So I definitely want to take a look out of state first, and see what I can find. But when the time comes,
any markets you have in mind?
Definitely Kansas City. Okay. Maybe Kansas City, Texas, North Carolina, somewhere around there. So I kind of weighing out my options though when the time's right, and we'll take a look. So yeah.
Going back to what you said about going and needing motivation for investing, I feel like motivation is the fuel of just entrepreneurs in general. And like, cause 100%. Like it's something that needs to like get us to wake up at 5 a.m. and like really like crush our days. But whenever you lose the motivation, that's kind of like when like the massive action, like kind of like the snowball effect kind of slows down. But how do you stay motivated like day in and day out? That's like I think a question.
Yeah, motivation is heavy. So yeah, it's just, not only my family motivates me, it's just myself in general. I've always been a motivational type of guy where if it's something I want, I'm going to get it. If it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. If it's something that I can't have it, I'm going to have it eventually. So it's just been kind of embedded in me too. So, some are like that. Some got to gain motivational, but I think it's more, I have a little bit more up tempo on the motivational side, and I like to watch all motivational podcasts, and YouTube videos. You have one
some in like particular that you like listening to?
There's that Andy Frisella for sure. Yeah.
That dude is a monster.
Andy Frisella. I actually listen to him a lot, and Bedro Schoolin a lot. I would say those two is the top two guys I listen to every morning, probably about 15, 20 minutes. In the morning
when you listen to them,
I'll listen to them right when I get up. When I get up, working out.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm cooking breakfast, the podcast is on. So I listen to them, and then also, like family wise, they got the what is that? The guy Kurt. I think his name is Kurt. Dad podcast. Okay. So that's just for like
how to be a better father,
how to be a better better individual, father, brother, family man. So
I feel like that makes a big difference in like your life and the way you view the world is the kind of input you're taking, right? Like podcasts and stuff. And so if you're constantly listening on how to become a better father, you can't help but become a better father. Like if you constantly listen to motivational speakers, you can't help but be motivated. It's just like that input that you're putting into your brain, especially when you start the morning, makes such a big difference in how your day is gonna go.
Yeah, definitely. And then I'll write down stuff daily too, and you kind of like see it into existence. But yeah, definitely just stay motivated, I would say, to anybody listening. And it's never too late to change the course of your situation in your life. So it's kind of like a tip. I share that a lot with a lot of friends of mine too. And it kind of depends on you as an individual, what you want. You want to be somebody more. You want to be
or you just
a regular local boy who grows up. Same thing that we've been going through.
There's no wrong way to.
There's no wrong way. Don't get me wrong. Right? It's just kind of what you want to do. So,
I got a little tip for you for the same thing that you do is like there's certain things that I just hate doing. One of them is when I open my email inbox in the morning, I've got like 100 emails. I just feel defeated. Like I'm like I just super like just like unmotivated. Like I gotta go through these emails. But what I do is like there's just like you is like a YouTube channel called I think Ben Lionel Scott.
Okay.
Where it's just like 3 to 5 minute clips of just motivational speaking. And then so I just, before I jump into my email, I just listen to this thing for like 3 or 5 minutes and then you just feel super pumped and motivated.
Nice.
Then you can jump in and do like the whatever difficult task, whether it's making that difficult phone call or going through emails or whatever. Like,
Nice.
So.
Okay. Yeah. Text that to me after. I want to check it out.
Yeah, no, I'll send it to you.
But the emails, man. Emails is one thing. Yeah. There's a lot of emails.
It's crazy how like as a real estate investor, you think of it as like you're going out to projects you think and you're like pounding hammers. That's what your vision of real estate investing is, especially like on HGTV, right? Like they're demoing the houses, but in reality, like 90% of our time is just emails and phone calls.
Phone calls, and management. I would say,
looking at numbers on spreadsheets, like looking to reviewing metrics, and just it's just like it's so much of our time just spent on the computer.
Exactly, and and getting involved when you first start is not a bad thing. So like I've been there. the first projects I've done is, I've actually got down and dirty, picked up some tools. Here and there. If this got to be done and so can't do it, if I'm there, I'll do it. I'll put on my boots, I'll put on my tool belt, I'll do it. So, but yeah, now it's more, I like to try to be a little bit more hands off, going into this career. So yeah, it's a good thing though, real estate investing for sure.
So, as a guy who has done a lot of partners and a lot of partnerships, it's like, as somebody who's trying to find like a partner of their own, like what's like the first step to finding a partner, and like how do you approach somebody that you want to partner with?
That's a good question. I would say the first step to finding a good partner, definitely check their resume.
Okay.
Check their resume.
Okay.
I would say figure out what it is they do in the real estate. If it's real estate, yeah, definitely. If you're looking for a real estate partner, find out what he or she is good at.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's like, say you as an individual want to go and do fix and flips, you go look for the guy who's fixing and flipping.
Yeah. The guy with the experience.
Yeah. And then, of course, then you got to bring value. Say, for example, you have a property that you've been looking at and you want to more knowledge on it. You want a partner to help you flip it. And yeah, definitely reach out. I would say reach out to somebody. There's a lot of people doing it. I'm starting to see more and more people do it too. Like real estate investing. Yeah. Fixing, flipping, just all the strategies, BRRRRs, buy and holds,
do you think there's more people, or is it just like more, just because you're in the industry, you know more people, or you think there's actually more people joining and jumping into the industry?
I think there's a lot more people jumping into the industry too. Yeah.
Why do you think that is, just out of curiosity?
I mean, it's just, 2023, there's a lot of new stuff coming up. There's a lot of gurus out there people listen to. And just everybody wants to, but I would say real estate investing is a vehicle, right? To financial freedom. Yeah. So when people hear financial freedom, they think real estate. And, it's what you want to do with it is kind of where you want to approach it.
The influx of social media, some more educational programs, and these things.
And all the social media, all the platforms, out there, they're pushing real estate hard, financial freedom. Even
our podcast, right? We're all about real estate investing, and just it's changed both of our lives. I feel like in such a positive way.
Yeah, definitely. Because for me, for example, of course, if I knew all of this earlier at an earlier age, which I wish I did.
Yeah.
We all probably wish we did. We would have been doing it longer. But and even for like younger guys, I have a lot of younger people always, in my Instagram DM and stuff like that, asking for advice, and definitely get started. I would say get started, get in a networking events. If you want to find a mentor, there's a lot of areas where you can find a mentor, right? Like there's, Ryan Pineda, Bigger Pockets. And there's all other like little smaller areas where you can kind of go find a mentor.
Are there any mentorships that you're a part of currently?
No, I'm not part of any mentorships right now. Yeah, I actually just joined the Limitless Society.
Okay.
Yeah. That's out in Utah.
I met the dude. What's his face? The muscle.
Keaton.
Yeah.
The muscle. Keaton.
Yeah. I actually went to his house with he's got a super nice.
Yeah, his pad up in Utah.
And he has like some helicopter, like a Black Hawk helicopter.
All kinds of stuff. He got some. He got nice things. He got nice things, and definitely So I plan January, I think middle of January, he has an event out there at his house. So hopefully I can attend it and document it for sure.
What was like the process of like, why'd you choose that one over all the others?
Oh yeah, that's, it's his values, his values, his core values, his motivation, of course, and like how he represents his family, his wife, he just had a girl, I guess the other day I seen, he has actually it was a girl, but yeah, 4 kids. So kind of similar traits, similar values, I kind of looked at it, and I've been procrastinating for a while to kind of join a community. Some kind of community. And I ran across his about a few months ago, and then saw his podcast with Ryan Pineda, and kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and just give me that little jump. So
one of your big values is family, right?
Family for sure,
I kind of feel like family is part of the motivation and the drive for real estate investing, because obviously real estate investing is lucrative and it's fun, but then like at the end of the day, like time with your family is like the most important thing.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely family. And then just, of course, building generational wealth, where we come from. There's a lot of traditional ways to do things, but I kind of having that entrepreneur mind. Growing
yeah.
up, I was always like, I don't want to really do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this.
Do you think real estate is only for entrepreneurs, or can like regular non-entrepreneur people do it too?
Anybody can do it for sure. Yeah, anybody can do it, and it's not that hard. A lot of people, think it's hard. It's not hard at all once you get to educate yourself a little bit more. Definitely.
It seems very like overwhelming when you first get started, I think, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, real estate is very simple. It's just hard to do it consistently, right? Because there's a lot of like small, simple tasks. That, okay, you're gonna just look at deals, analyze deals, talk to people, make sure they're doing their job on the job site, which is not complicated, but it's hard to do like consistently over a long period of time, I feel like. Exactly.
And just to elaborate on that, it's like the course I went to. I believe there was 6 of us. It was a real minimal class.
Yeah.
Direct 30 days, and I remember the first week, the mentor and instructor was saying that half of you guys in this class probably won't even do real estate investing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was kind of like, wait a minute, we just paid all this money.
Yeah.
Then I kind of took it into kind of like Kickstarter. It's like, okay, well, I got to make it work then, because I'm not going to spend this money.
But why work? Like, what was the thought process behind half you guys won't? Like, what
I think, because the information he was sharing was so much information. And I guess at a point to where you look at it, it's like, okay, this information, but you really got to break it down into smaller portions, and then you can see the bigger picture.
And stuff,
And then, of course, getting in the field. So, the class was 30 days long. Horrible. I hate sitting in class. Everybody.
So you're actually in a classroom
setting, 13 hours a day.
Okay. Wow. Really?
Monday through Sunday.
Wow.
So Monday through Sunday. Wow, and the whole month of July, 2019.
Can I ask, how much did you pay for that class?
I think it was $6,000 if I'm not mistaken.
That's not that bad for, I feel like, a whole month of education.
Right.
If they had something like that today, I would love to go to that.
Right. Yeah. So, and then it's just that, and, but I think to this day, I'm not sure 100%, but I think I'm one of two
of the 6 that actually
attend that still does it. So. I think people just tend to get unmotivated if you even trying to do a deal. Say either you take a L, and you don't want to do it anymore,
or it takes too long to get
you the first deal, or it takes too long to even make profit or turn money, and people give up. Usually people give up. So I mean, definitely, I would encourage, if you get started, don't give up. Just keep going. Figure it out. Solve problems. You're going to run into the wall. You got to knock the wall down, figure it out. You run into issues, solve problems. Man, and just have that motivation behind you, and every day you run into problems, not only in real estate, in life, in general.
That's true,
I think that's a big motivational thing for real estate investing too, is you're going to run into problems regardless.
No, that's such a good point. I feel like life is just problems.
And you can't run from them, so you're not going to run for it. You might as well run straight on into it, and I kind of like that quote, because it's like, gives me that attitude to where, hey, if a problem comes up, we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to fix it anyway. I mean, I love that too. I mean, like, I love the attitude you have of just like, when things come, like, let's say your sub steals like 20 grand, like, it's just another challenge that you have to like grow through. Like, we definitely don't want that to happen again, for sure. But if it does, we'll know how to pivot and figure it out. So definitely problems.
So I mean, just like, let's say like just a brand new real estate person who wants to like just kind of get started. What advice would you give a brand new individual who's trying to break into the industry?
Brand new individual, I guess, of course, number one, be around the right people. Figure out what is it in real estate you want to do. There's so much different avenues. So definitely pick one and try and excel in one.
Why pick one over like our many?
I mean, I think it's just easier to figure out, because once you can figure out one, everything else is kind of...
You can build upon it.
You can build upon it. Yeah, you can build on top, and everything's kind of simple and similar to where if you can master one, you'll be able to jump into commercial or buy and hold, or vice versa. Anyone. Like, if you want to go into commercial, that's cool. If you have the funds, the capital. If you want to start small, like how I did, I decided to say, hey, we got to build some more capital. We're going to go and fix and flip homes. So we'll get involved in the fix and flip space first. So
I think that's good advice, because I think sometimes I see people where they call it a shiny object syndrome, where you want to do everything because everything works and like it all seems so lucrative, right?
But you might lose money if you jump head first into something
you're distracted, you're kind of attention divided, versus if you just stick on one strategy and you just get really good at that one. Right. Once you master it, then you kind of add like parts or pieces to it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's really good advice.
So I would say probably pick one avenue, get good at it, and then kind of work from there. I would say, yeah.
Well, I mean, super appreciate having you on, man. If people want to reach out and connect with you, what's the best place to do that?
Got my email at Pacific Q Buyers with an S.
Pacific Q Buyers. Okay.
At gmail.com. Okay. And then I'm on Instagram, Pacific Equity Buyers on Instagram. Okay. So, but yeah, just email. Yeah. It was fine. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Ciro. Super appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely that. Thank you.